What up, guys? Welcome back to another Houston special episode of the Barbell Brigade Talk Show. We got Silent Mike, we got Shawley. You've been in fitness for a long time. Out of all of the eras of fitness you've seen on YouTube, what would you say is your favorite? And like, who did you grow up watching? And is it the same now, or you think it's different?
My favorite era was probably around the 2014 to 2017 era. I was heavy on Mike Rashid.
Oh, yeah.
I was heavy on Simeon Panda.
Yeah.
I had a huge crush on Paige Hathaway. Yeah, it was weird.
Paige is a legend, though.
Yeah, she was.
She's a legend. She's
Yeah.
killing it. She's still killing it.
Yeah.
She's
Back
killing
then,
it.
I had a huge crush on her. So yeah, that was my favorite era. And then also just like, back then it was all about like, legitimately looking good, posting straight up fitness content only. No one cared about anything else.
A few less Photoshop edits.
Yeah. Well, actually back then it was pretty fucking crazy.
Yeah, there was
you didn't realize it was Photoshop until like 2018, but yeah, it was heavy back then. But yeah, that was my favorite era.
Would you say it's like, feels like it was pure back then?
It was definitely.
Because now it's almost like you gotta upload, but then you also gotta know some like YouTube tricks.
Yeah.
Whereas before it was before what I liked about Mike Rashid is him and his boys just train like animals, right?
Yeah.
They just they go ham, fucking slap plates all the way up and then drop sets all the way down. So it was like, okay, that's how they like to train.
Overtraining?
Yeah, and then everyone else had their version of how they like to train. And it's almost them wanting to share a bit about their world, not so much how do I game the YouTube machine.
No, yeah, back then you could strictly upload like a 25-minute video of you working out and get a fucking 20,000 views. Nowadays, you have to include your lifestyle. It was definitely a lot more pure and organic back then. Less edits, just straight, like working out, fitness. What am I eating before my fitness? What am I eating before my workout? What am I eating after? It's definitely a lot more organic than it is today.
It seems so much more like core. Like even running into you, like we probably started talking online like 2016, met 2017, 18. Like even though we're not best friends by any means, like there's a weird connection with that era where you all kind of like nod your hat at each other. We saw Christian yesterday, and he just always gives me a bar hug. You always kind of do one of these, like, yeah, we've been in this bitch a while.
Yeah, exactly.
Yeah.
That's exactly how I feel when I see like you guys or, any of the people that I came up with in that era. Like, like you're still here today. Like, what's up? Like, remember
cool.
me? I remember you.
Yeah.
All these new kids, they don't know that. They probably don't even know like who half of us are.
For sure, not
But
me.
but
me
like
neither.
now, but it's cool to have that like to see everyone still flourishing in 2023, and to know we all started like 2014, 2015. Or I mean at least I did. Yeah.
You guys have like a bunch of athletes, and they do like the newer generation. Like, what do you see? Like, what do you think that they're doing better than what we did? And then maybe what are some things that they could learn from what we did?
Oh.
Because I follow some of the newer cats, and I'll see the views, and it's like 1 million. And I'm like watching the video, and I'm like, I don't even know what the fuck's going on.
They're being a lot more personable.
Personable, that's the thing?
Yeah. They're displaying more of their like personalities. They're just being a lot more personal. Like the fact that they display more than just lifting weights, and it's more of like their lifestyle, their day to day. Kids love seeing that shit.
They feel a stronger connection.
Yeah, there's a stronger connection. I would just say, so that's one thing that I see today that they're doing really well, better than what we did back then.
Yeah.
A lot of dudes back then, you'd see someone on Instagram with 2 million. I'm not gonna name names, but you see them with like 2 million followers, but you talk to them in real life, they have zero personality.
Yeah,
that's you're
true.
let down. You're like, bro, like I looked up to you, but I meet you in person, you're a fucking dweeb. Like,
That's true.
You're a loser,
Yeah.
Or you just hear or you watch their YouTube videos and you're just like, bro, this dude is actually fucking boring.
Yeah.
Great physique,
Yeah.
admirable physique, but dude, you have zero personality.
So you think a little bit of the curtain's gone with the newer gen, that they're actually themselves. That's cool.
The ones that are popular and popping today are because of their personality.
That's cool. Because you know more the new gen than us. Like I've watched them here and there, but I haven't met a lot of them.
Yeah, no, for sure. And then what I would say, advice to them from back then, consistency. Continuing to upload. If you started off and you started popping off of 2-3 uploads a week on YouTube, don't stop because you feel like you have that clout now. Keep it going.
Yeah, I do see people get after it for 6 months and then they get like burnt out. I'm like, dude, like
They get comfortable.
Some of that pisses me off. I'm like, bro, you got the snowball.
We've been
like,
doing
we
this for
gotta
years.
Run.
Yeah.
I haven't even caught a snowball yet, and I'm still running.
Bro, if you really think about it, bro, I've been doing YouTube. You have too, but I've been doing YouTube since 2014, bro. That's 8 years.
It's a long time.
8 years. And people like always come up to me and say, man, you're so lucky. You're so this. I'm like, bro, like, do you understand like what I've been doing?
Yeah.
Like, bro, I've been in this fucking industry, and I hate that term industry.
Yeah.
But I've been in this fucking sector for 8 years doing random shit. Business, coaching, YouTube, Instagram. Like, that's why I'm here, you know?
Yeah.
That's why you're here. That's why we're all here. So I think a lot of the younger generation, the new generation today, it's like they get this little clout off of YouTube or whatever, and then they just stop because they feel like they've made it. It's like they're almost lazy. You can't, if you stop that shit, you'll realize that your shit's gone, just like that. And today, you're the attention span of a following.
Yeah.
Yeah.
You peak harder, but you could drop harder.
Bro, you can drop if you stop uploading for 2 weeks, you're almost as good as nothing.
Yeah.
People forget about you quickly.
Yeah.
And there's so many new creators. Like if you were the guy like that was like crazy good at squats or something, you stop. That space just got filled by 3 other new guys that are even better at squats.
The next man up.
Yeah, more handsome, better, and everything. It's crazy.
This guy's more dedicated. He doesn't take a week off from YouTube. Doesn't take 2 weeks off from posting on social media. Today more than ever is consistency is so important.
You guys both alluded to it. One of the things that sticks out in my brain is like the actual goal. And so we all are like kind of meatheads. And so we're like, oh, let's share what we do. And so we grab a camera and share what we do. And so our goal is to share our knowledge, our journey, who we are. Where it seems like a lot, not all, but a lot, goal is clout. So like you just said, once they reach that goal, their goal isn't to share. Their goal is the clout. And now goal achieved. All right, let me kick back. let me go do whatever else.
See how long. The thing is, they don't even think like, oh, let me see how long this lasts. It's more so like, oh, I've made it. I don't need to work anymore.
Yeah, or even prep beyond that. I've talked to some of the younger cats that roll through my gym. I'm like, that's cool you got all these sponsorships, but no sponsorships last 10 years. So what are you going to do 10 years?
I've seen entire companies disappear in 2 or 3 years.
Months
at
this rate.
Yeah.
So like, what's our plan? Like, yeah, take those sponsorships. There's some cool opportunities. You can network, make some money, etc. But what are we doing 2 years, 3 years? Are you going to build a foundation of something? Even coaching, like how you said you started. Like that's something that you can build for the rest of your life if you need be.
So back to your, and I'm happy you brought that up. Another thing that I would give advice, and because you brought this up, I was, I guess, smart enough. I don't want to say smart, but I guess I was woke enough to realize that like I can't be checking in 200 clients every Sunday for the rest of my life. 1 and 2, at some point my physique isn't gonna look like this. I'm not gonna always be in competition shape. 3, I can't be doing YouTube as my primary thing for the rest of my life. I can't rely on sponsorships for the rest of my life. I have to create a business. I have to create something that can outlive me,
Yeah.
Something that can exist without Shawley Coker being tied to it. So I would always think these thoughts until I finally acted on it. Obviously with Inaka, I saw that as a window and opportunity for me to like, you know what, this is, on his 3rd try of talking to him, I was like, you know what, maybe this is God telling me like, this is your way of creating that one thing you've always wanted to start, And I remember Christian, Heidi, Max, they all had, Max had Everforward, Christian had Alphalete, Heidi had Buff Bunny. They would always corner me and ask me like, Shawley, when are you starting your business? When are you starting your business? When are you starting your business? I'm like, bro, I don't know. And I would always tell them, oh, I plan on starting a business, next year. Like, what are you gonna do? Just, shirts or apparel, I never really knew what I was gonna do. So to the younger generation today, start working on a backup plan. Because if you don't, you'll have a couple bad months with your sponsorship and you'll realize like, damn, once this sponsorship's gone, I really don't have any income coming in.
Yeah, you're leaving it in someone else's hands.
That's crazy. You're thinking so long term at such a young age. Like what do you think helped you think long term like that? Because so many people, like when they're in it, like if you're taking like a bubble bath in a golden tub, you're not thinking, oh, this isn't gonna be here tomorrow, Like what made you go like think so long term?
I was comparing I'll never forget. There were multiple moments like this, but I remember just being around Christian, Max, Heidi, and, seeing them have a launch And obviously I was really close with more so Max and Christian, to where I was able to see a lot of the back end things. And me not having a business, just relying on One Up, my sponsorships from One Up at the time, Alphalete was probably one of my sponsors, and then coaching. I knew that what the money I was making was more so short term.
Yeah.
The money they were making was long term investment wise. And I remember just seeing that, and I just kind of, if you're smart, you realize, okay, like what the money they're making is there's longevity in it. The money I'm making is very short term. So seeing that, seeing launches, seeing, forecasting for next years, and just seeing, just seeing things come in and go out, I realized, okay, like they went through all this shit. They kind of slowed down all this shit and they focus on their business. It's time for me to start doing the same thing too. Because this shit, the short-term shit, it's not gonna last long-term. Starting a business is gonna last long-term. It's gonna secure myself,
How dope is it that your friends are pushing you to do that?
Oh, bro,
rather than before, we spoke about everyone in the outside world saying, YouTube's stupid. What are you, a bodybuilder? You're not gonna make any money. Where your homies are like, bro, we believe in you. Go do this. Like, go run.
Yeah, man, I tell people all the time, man, like I think that the Houston, Texas circle of like us, Everford, Sour Strips, Inaka Power, Alphalete, Buff Bunny, I don't think you can find another group like that in the world.
Yeah, I don't think so.
Yeah, it's
Like
pretty
special, yeah.
A group of,
Yeah, it's pretty special.
obviously we have our differences, everyone's busier now and we're all kind of doing our own thing, but like a group of 4 individuals who've all started like, multi-million dollar
No, you guys are the top. You guys are running the
It's-
industry.
It's weird.
Yeah.
You don't get that. So like I'll never, I'll always give credit where it's due, and I'll say that like they're all responsible for like, pushing me to like, grow my shit to where I've grown it.
Heidi was showing me a video where her and Christian first started like liking each other, and it was at Barbell Brigade. And then we're watching the video yesterday, and we saw you, Max, Christian, Heidi, Amanda Bucci, Emily Hayden. Oh man, there's like 2 other people, and I was like,
Yeah, just that era.
That's crazy.
That was an era, man.
Yeah, from that.
That was an era where you would come out to Cali and you would not want to go home.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Now you have to fucking drug me. You have to fucking drug me to go to Cali. I remember that. I would look forward to going to like Barbell, bro.
Yeah.
Like that was like, I would work out there all day, every day, sun up to sundown, bro. Those are the days, bro.
Hell yeah.
Those are the fucking days, man. I miss that. I miss that era a lot.
Yeah, that was a really cool era.
It was. Wow. That was when Bradley was working out there all the time.
Yeah.
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 Bro, that was a fun time, man. But yeah, that was the group that kind of, instilled in me that like at 2017, 2018, I need to start thinking long term, because I saw that they had financial security and long term and I didn't. So I would be stupid, bro, to be around 3 successful multimillionaires and not start something. Are you fucking crazy?
Yeah.
Yeah.
Fuck that. So I did my shit.
Fuck yeah.
I took a play out of every single one of their books. I remembered everything that they told me. I remembered everything I saw from the back end, and I applied it to my own life and added my own spin.
Yeah.
And that's why, that's why like I'm doing what I'm doing now. So
Super motivating shit, man. Can't wait for the next episode.